Have you ever looked up from your phone and gone, oh my goodness, is that the time? Show of hands, please. I certainly have. With our mobile phones always connected to the internet, always on our persons all of the time, we find our attention both fragmented and held captive. We check our phones 80 times a day on average and spend 31% of our waking time on them. That's nearly a third of our waking hours on our phones. But what are we supposed to do? There are so many things that clamor for our attention today. The countless tabs open on our browsers. This is a screenshot of my own browser, by the way. The TV on in the background with the marquee flashing breaking news while the news anchor debates the latest topic, while a ticker is showing us market updates, and the constant notifications dinging. Here's an incoming email, there's a happy birthday on the cousins group, oh, a discount on that outfit I'd wish listed, and it just goes on and on. And just one more last episode before you're definitely going to bed, so you're well rested for tomorrow, another day of the same. And before you know it, the hours, the days, the weeks, they fly by, and you wonder where the time went. And time, as everybody knows, is the most unforgiving, limited resource. As a health economist, I am interested in limited resources and in how to allocate these in a way that keeps as many people as possible as healthy as possible. As you can imagine, this involves a lot of decisions. When I was a child, making a decision was easy. My parents would tell me what to do and I had to just do it. Now that I'm an adult, this is no longer an option. Today, I'm hoping that you can learn how to think like an economist to make better decisions. Now, let me illustrate. So, supposing the Chennai Corporation has space in a public park, a limited resource. Now, the WHO recommends that children get 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity every day. So, we as health economists are advising the government on which field to lay in this public park. Should they choose football field, a basketball field, a tennis court, or a hockey court? So, to choose between alternatives, health economists ask 3 questions. The first question is, does it work? So, to answer this question, we look at the research. What do studies say about how this particular choice helps you meet your objective, that is to get children active an hour a day? Organized team sports they double your odds of meeting this objective. So, therefore, you choose the team sports over tennis. This is only illustrative. Apologies to all the tennis players out there. So, the next question that you'd ask is, can it work? So, this means that how does this choice serve us in our particular situation? So, systematic reviews have shown that hockey is great for you. It does encourage children to be active 60 minutes a day. But supposing in Chennai, these reviews were actually conducted in the US and in Canada. So, supposing in Chennai there's a scarcity of hockey coaches who can come in and coach you. And with our weather, we can definitely rule out an ice hockey rink. So, that leaves us with football and basketball. Now, the third question that we then come to is it worth it? Now, you might at first glance say that there are only 5 players a team in basketball to 11 a side in football. So, at any given point in time, there'd be double the number of children playing football as compared to basketball. But when you consider that you can fit 18 basketball courts in one football field, there'd be 180 children playing basketball in the same area that there'd be only 22 playing football. So, you then conclude that installing a basketball court, or 18, is the most efficacious, efficient, and effective use of the space to get children active. And we came to this conclusion by first defining our objective, listing our alternatives, and then asking, does it work? Can it work? Is it worth it? Now, this framework is useful for all sorts of decisions in health economics. Take heart attacks, for example, that cause 1 in 4 deaths in India. The government must choose from a range of interventions, from tobacco awareness programs, never smoke, by the way, it's terrible for you, to better ambulance networks, to building cath labs in hospitals. So, to choose one of these, to evaluate one of these choices, that is building a hub and spoke network to connect hospitals, we must ask whether they do work, they do, The Tamil Nadu STEM India pilot project brought down mortality by 19%. If they can work, they can. They were implemented across public hospitals and private hospitals, and if they're worth it. Our study showed that we saved 4 rupees for every rupee spent. Now, what if we took this framework and applied it to other decisions, especially when it comes to how we spend our most valuable and limited resource, our time? Our time is a scarce good, a rival good. Once used up, it can't be used on anything else. When we fritter our attention away in little discrete moments, we make it that much harder to perceive and account for time used up. Studies also show, the science is very clear, that when people who have a sense of control over their schedules, they report higher life satisfaction. And conversely, time spent without purpose is correlated to stress, to anxiety, and to regret. So when we're distracted and we leave our time to drift away, we're not just losing minutes, we're losing our very sense of well-being and the future that we could have built for ourselves. So the next time that you're deciding what to do with your time, on how to allocate your time, I propose you ask yourself, does this work in theory? Can this work in real life for me in practice? And is this worth my time and my energy? Now, I know that Homo economicus, that perfectly rational human who's always choosing what is best for herself, is a mythical being. But given the billions that corporations are plowing into how to hold our attention captive, we must try to claim back what we can. Now, how do you apply this in real life? Let me take an objective. I want to be productive and efficient at work. And I find myself, as I'm sure a lot of you do, besieged by emails every minute of the day. So, one way to deal with this is to answer every email the minute it comes in. Now, but if I asked myself, does it work? Maybe. I seem very on top of things. I'm answering everything the minute it comes in. But studies have shown that constant email interruptions increase your stress and decrease your focus. Can it work? Sure, I have done this often before, answering these emails and all that, much to my 12-year-old's irritation, especially when it's my turn when we're playing a board game. Is it worth it? I would conclude not. It takes away from time with my family, which I value very highly. And it also, in the middle of a work day, even it derails from deeper work. So the alternative, which is batching and allotting time to answering emails, is what I should choose to do. Now, let's take another example. I want to be in on the memes and the water cooler conversations. Should I stay up late to binge watch that super show that everybody's talking about? You don't even need to get past the does it work for this one. And another objective, I want to be connected. So should I spend my time crafting my profile on a professional social media platform? It does work. Systematic reviews have shown that recruiters are looking increasingly to these platforms to evaluate potential candidates. But for me, as a health economist, can it work? Perhaps I should let my publications speak for themselves, or perhaps I should do a TED talk. How about sitting down every morning and writing a to-do list? The first question, does it work? There's plenty of evidence to show that writing down and prioritizing tasks makes you that much more likely to focus and finish the important ones. Can it work? Sure, all it needs is a fountain pen, I love fountain pens, and a nice notebook. Is it worth it? Absolutely. For 5 minutes of planning in the morning, I save myself hours of procrastinating and dithering and worrying about the myriad tasks I have left undone. Now I want each of you to think of that hobby that you've been meaning to pick up. It could be anything. It could be playing the piano, it could be learning Mandarin, it could be urban sketching or learning to dance Bharatanatyam, whatever it is that you've been saying that someday I'm going to do this. And think about, does it work? All the evidence shows that creative hobbies are great for you. They boost your memory, they boost your mood, and they even slow aging. Can it work for you? Do you have access to the teachers, the lessons, the resources, the instrument for this hobby? Is it worth it? This is something very subjective, something that you have to ask yourself and see how your days, what your days are filled with, and if it's worth it to you to make someday today. My objective, I know, is to live my life to the fullest, to be fully present in this fleeting moment in time when my mind and my body are strong, my child wants to play board games with me, and both my parents are still telling me what to do. So instead of answering every demand on my attention, my time, what if I didn't? What if I paused and asked myself, does it work? Can it work? Is it worth it? Because as Annie Dillard so eloquently put it, how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Thank you.